So basically, no, that's fine, Arnab. Good morning. So my basic point is very simple. I heard everybody, and on the personal taxation bit and on the equity-oriented schemes, for example, there is a very important need now to ensure that all listed equities and equity-oriented schemes from mutual funds should be, long-term capital gain is currently beyond 1 year, can be extended to up to 2 years, because that's one asset class which continues to get a lot of exposure from retail investors. One is that. Secondly, I think, Arnab, I heard everyone on the panel, I think one of the very key important things that the government did effectively in 2019, 1st September, was the launch of the Legacy Dispute Resolution Scheme 2019, which was basically Sabka Vishwas, which actually brought in a lot of clarity and transparency for dispute settlement mechanism. Today, a lot of taxpayers are very worried. You see, there is a lot of taxation which is being which is in litigation at the moment. But if you launch some of schemes like this, and if you actually increase it and make it more broad-based, you will actually see a lot of action coming up there. Thirdly, my third point is on revenue collections, Arnab. Clearly, revenue collections will start to show up. However, the very key aspect is GST. Well, it's a state subject, but I think overall the center looks at the GST collection number. While right now you said you gave a breaking news in the morning. My personal, I would want to see them giving inclination and indication of actually rationalization of GST numbers to 2 or 3 GST rates to 2 or 3 categories at best. You know, you've got multiple GST categories. I have one more bit of
breaking news, which I have one more bit of breaking news which I want to share before. While Jitu and Hemendra Bhai and everyone is there. And this is exciting. Yesterday, the economic survey spoke of strategic disinvestment in government shareholding in central public sector enterprises. Right, Karuna? And today, in breaking news, PK, interesting. Maybe you'll jump now, MR. You're the jumping jack this morning. In breaking news, we have information that the government is going to aggressively move towards disinvestment with the corporatization of disinvestment. Now let Abhishek explain what this is about. So this is going to be, I think it's a very significant bit of breaking news coming before the budget.
Yes,
yeah, go on.
This idea has been talked about, but it's likely that finance minister might speak on it. Essentially, what corporatization of disinvestment means is that from disinvestment and target-based disinvestment, the government might actually be moving in the direction of divestment, where, for example, what is being discussed is that they set up a separate company which takes care of all central public sector undertakings. And then this independent, professional-driven board really takes care of all of the disinvestment process, essentially disengaging it from the maintenance.
Just give me 2 minutes. So what this means is the government will transfer all its stake in all listed PSUs to a separate corporate entity managed by an independent board of professionals. Hemendra Kothari, note that, Jitu. Independent board of professionals. But the question, of course, will be, will it meet the disinvestment targets? But as an indication of government thinking, Jitu, let me get indication of government thinking. Actually, let me not. I'm asking each one of you to respond separately. Whoever wishes to come in on this, as an indication of intent, Hemendra Kothari, Jitu, how do you read this? Karuna, first let's get them on board, and then I'm coming to you. Yeah. Mr. Kothari, Jitu.
I think this is absolutely the need of the hour. We need to be doing this as of yesterday. I mean, the government is running so many businesses, the oil companies, the Concors of the world, the Air Indias of the world, and plus there are so many assets that the government owns, the highways and stuff. I think all of that has to be systematically just put on the block and sold out. There is a lot of sovereign funds who would be interested in buying operating assets like highways and ports. I think the good news is that you can put 50, 60, 70 billion of these assets to be put on the block over the next
few years. In one group,
and that would be a great source of funding for all the investment programs that the government
So big move towards privatization in a strategic sense. Let me get an Hemendra Kothari on this.